All right. So, what you guys, we just got back from the most powerful women in network marketing. And what was, I know we're going to do takeaways on the peak call, so we're going to be done by 7:30, but I'd love to hear from you guys just for a couple minutes. What was some of your takeaways? What was your aha moments there?
Where's my thing?
So,
Okay, hi. I'd be happy to share.
thank you.
Yeah, I was just actually writing mine down, and that's why I'm like popping on. I'm late. So anyway, I think the biggest thing I took away was that the number one thing that we do in this business is cultivate amazing, beautiful, deep relationships with people. And that's how we are successful here. And we do that with the people that we know. We do that with new people that we meet. We invite people into our lives. I thought that was really cool. I mean, like how to use social media by just like, I got a couple of business cards that I just kind of Facebook friended people that I met on the airplane. And at the event, and it's like, gosh, inviting people into my life to see what that's all about. And then of course, adding value and finding ways to cultivate those relationships, even though it's like somebody I really didn't even know, I met him for 2 seconds, and how can I continue to add those people to my cold list, but how do I make them warm by what I do in social media and things like that. And then
that's awesome.
Just like having conversations with people and real conversations. I have a lot of friends that I'm super surface with, is what I realized. And gosh, how can I have, a coffee conversation with them to take it to a deeper level? So I can be listening to hear for a need or a pain in their life. And I know that, we've heard all this stuff before, you guys, but it really, really was like, holy cow, all about relationships, cultivating them, and how much deeper of a life could I have by doing, oh my gosh, our business.
Absolutely awesome.
What a more fulfilled life I could have if I was doing it really well. So, anyway.
Love that. Fantastic takeaway. How about you, Shannon? I know you're unmuted.
Yes, I think as I was looking back through my notes, the thing that kept coming up over and over again is the importance of listening. People want to talk about themselves, so just listening for with empathy and what their problem is and what they really want to get out of life, and offering a solution that we know we can help with.
Awesome. That's great. That's a really good takeaway, because so many times we all spend too much time thinking about what we're going to say and is it going to be perfect and versus just like Mel said, connecting, right? And people will tell you exactly where you can help them if you just listen. So that's excellent. Thank you for that.
Yeah, on that listening piece, and I had just written this down as well. I was like, gosh, if I'm not listening and I'm thinking about what I'm going to say, I actually am not loving and caring on them. I'm actually very self-focused when I do that.
Yeah. How about you, Audra and Missy?
Yeah, so my takeaway was pretty powerful. So, and it just occurred to me at the conference that, I can do this. So seeing other people that are like-minded in different businesses, but they're still doing the same mechanism. It's still action. It's still connecting with people. It's still, every single day hitting the grind, right? They're doing their things. They're doing their high payoff activities, all these different things. And I can do that. So I don't know what clicked in my head about that, but it was really powerful to hear the stories of the $1 Million panel, and to hear the couple that her husband was the chiropractor with the big beard. I really connected with them largely, because he paid off over $100,000 worth of debt in 11 months. And I think that the belief in myself that I could really be $1 million earner and the belief in myself that I could really do this business and make a considerable amount of money, it was just solidified, because I really don't think I believed it in my heart. It was in my head, but to believe it really wasn't there until this weekend. So it's huge.
Excellent.
Wow.
Yeah, and sometimes you think, am I with the right company? Like, am I making enough money? What if I was doing, because we all have friends that do other things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And really, I love what you said is that all the concepts are the same, no matter what company you're in, you know, and what a blessing that we get to represent something that everybody needs.
Right.
So,
Well, and to also have the best compensation plan, because if they're able to do it with their compensation plan, I was looking some people up, you know, as they were talking, and I was like, I got to see what business they're with. So I'm like popping them up on Facebook, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if they're in, I know that compensation plan. My friend works that compensation plan, and that's hard. It's really hard.
I think we could work harder, huh?
If they can do that and they're working their tails off to the nth degree, even harder than what I would have to. So if I worked half as hard with my compensation plan as they worked for their compensation plan, holy cow.
Yeah.
The sky's the limit. It truly is. So belief is big.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that tonight in our training. So awesome. Thank you. That's a good segue. How about you, Miss?
Well, I think one of the real powerful things for me is just that we're sitting there with all those people that are from, and it's kind of piggybacking here, but all the people that from all different companies, and that it just, it helps me grow my belief in network marketing to the point that I was even asking a friend of hers who her company had switched some things and she quit, and I said, was that awful? And then I realized as I was talking to her, it's like people quit positions with all sorts of businesses, and your friends don't all go, see, I told you so.
Yeah.
And so it was a great, I just liked that I hear all that from all those people, and it's one of the things I appreciate about Eric Worre, that he's brought that together so that we can look at network marketing as a true business profession rather than a fly-by-night, stay away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think he raised the level.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what we, like you said, you realize that no matter what one you're in, everybody's pretty professional in the industry.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Usually there's only a couple bad people that misrepresent the industry. They just kind of move around a lot, you know. I mean, and you know, people tend to listen to negativity more than they do positivity. So, but I'm so glad you got that. That's great. How about you, Sue?
Sorry, I was just finishing my supper while you guys were chatting, because my rule is to try to eat before 7, because I'm shredding. So I have water, you guys, so there.
Good.
I think what I got away from it, quite truthfully, is the big picture about network marketing for me as well. I've really only been involved with Juice Plus before, as a company, and I've heard about all these other companies, but I had never really seen that many people together, and just to realize that there is no glass ceiling, that women in this business can make as much as they want. And that was huge to me to see that as well. Audra, very similar to what you said. It really made me realize that I can do this. I can make money too in this business. And I liked the one lady who'd been out of it and then came back after about 8 years. And I went, well, that's almost me a few years earlier. So I can do this too. So I can jump back in again and move forward. And I think in the support that we have with all of the reps that are there, no one person in our business is like, oh, well, I'm better than you, so, you know, don't talk to me or don't whatever. I mean, I think our group, our whole Juice Plus group is so very friendly and very welcoming and very able to reach out and help you when you need it to, and that means a lot to me.
Awesome. Awesome. How about you, Christy?
I thought it was beautiful and inspirational, and I really thought that it aligns beautifully with what I've always believed, and to know that I can get paid for what I believe is pretty incredible. And I really loved, it was a great reminder of that we're not alone in this, and we just have like an amazing team. And so I feel really blessed.
Awesome. That's great. And I love that you have that passion behind your belief, because that's when you get even more powerful. You know what I mean? So it's true, because, you know, a lot of these people that are in the industry, they don't, some of those guys, you know, some of those people making money don't necessarily believe in their products or trust their company, because some of them are new or know they're going out soon. You guys saw a lot of people switch. And, you know, in Juice Plus, we have less than 2% attrition at senior sales coordinator and up, and that includes death. So people are pretty happy here. So that's pretty cool. So whatever you build here can last. That's reassuring, isn't it?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, Bobby, Patty, I know you guys were there, but in Florida. Tell us what was your big aha.
Oh gosh, Bobby, do you have any you want to start with?
Well, I was kind of in and out with the program, because unfortunately I had other things that I needed to do. But I started watching it on, I don't even know what day it was, Friday night, I think, Friday afternoon, Friday night. And when it came to Saturday, I couldn't wait to see.
That's
And
great.
yeah, it was really awesome. And then Patty suggested that we kind of look at this social media program, and I thank you for advice. But we went for the program, and we watched module 1 and 2 today, and the information is amazing. And you know what we learned years ago when we first started is that you know, you talk to people face to face, one-on-one, and then you talk to them on the telephone. You didn't write, you didn't send messages, you didn't email. And you know, as the time progresses, it seems like social media is the way to contact masses of people. So
Yeah, easy way to open your door and get back into talking to them, right?
Exactly. And
Yeah, awesome.
I'm really excited. I can't speak for Patty, but I know she is too. So
All right, Patty, put your 2 cents in.
Okay, gosh.
A real quick one.
I wish I had my notes with me. I didn't know you were going to ask me this. My notes are in the other room. Gosh, there was so darn much.
Do I pull out my texts?
Yes, those too. Yeah, my phone's in the other room as well. I think some of the things that I really liked is I liked the coffee shop interview. I thought that was really kind of cool. And then the gal, and I can't remember her name, I'm sorry, but if the gal said that if you want to do a 3-way call with me, I need to see the answers to all your coffee shop interview questions. And what were there, like 6 of them or something like that? And I thought that they were so thorough that it really, like the first one was that you walked away and you know this person better than probably anybody else in the world, kind of a thing. It was like, wow, you must have asked a lot of questions. So I think there was a lot in there about asking people questions and being interested versus being interesting.
Yeah.
And I still think I struggle with that. I try to be interested and ask a lot of questions, but I always want to get in there and say my 2 cents instead of shutting up. The other piece that I really liked, and I hadn't seen that before, was the gentleman who, did you see that part where the gentleman stood up and Eric Worre asked him all those questions and asked him about his divorce and all that? Were you guys in that room for that? And then,
Yeah.
you weren't. Okay, but that was, oh my gosh. He went
that
and
was
played.
a tearjerker.
It was a tearjerker. He played a video.
That one, I do remember that one. Yeah.
The man who stood up and he said that he was having a hard time recruiting, and so Eric started asking him these questions. And you know, the interesting part was he kept on asking him question after question after question after question, and it didn't sound like an interrogation. It really sounded like it was very heartfelt, but he got to the core of why this guy wasn't able to really prospect anymore, why he felt not confident to do that. And of course the guy cried and everything, which, you know, made us all feel terrible. But then he came on stage and he says, you know, how much better he felt and how things were so much different. And I think that that's sometimes the key when we're working with our team, that something is holding them back. And we don't, you know, we kind of assume that they're just checked out, or they're on the, what is it called? The protection agency list, whatever, you know. What was that?
They're in witness protection.
Witness protection program. You don't ever hear from them ever again, and you don't know what happened. And of course, if you can't connect with them to find out why, it makes it a little bit more difficult. But I have to say that that was just a couple of things. I mean, we had so many pages of notes and notes and notes and notes. But what Bobby did say about the social media thing, it was $449, I believe it was, and I thought that was a lot of money. But golly, just the first 2 modules have been
Awesome.
I mean, have you looked at them? Have you seen them?
No.
Oh gosh, well, the first one was kind of an overview, but the second one was a whole thing of exercises that you really need to do. He asks you to stay on Facebook first. Even if you are on other platforms, just stay on Facebook first, get this one cleaned up, and then you can clean up the other ones. And boy, I tell you, that was really powerful. But the other thing too that I really liked, I enjoyed the couples. And I remember that Eric said right the very first day, he said, for all the men that are in the audience, he said, you are the ones to be congratulated. You're the smart ones for being here. And I thought that was really cool that the men were there. And
yeah,
some of them were not there just to support their wives, which some of them were, obviously, but some of the other guys were there too. And I thought, well, isn't that cool? So yeah, that's why I'm glad Bobby was able to come in and watch it too. And it was good. You know, I mean, I miss the camaraderie with all of you girls and ladies, because I know what that's like.
Here, but we know why. So
how much fun that is. But I have to say, I felt it through the television, through all your texts and all the boxers and everything.
yes.
So it was a lot of fun being here too, and really absorbing it. So anyway.
Awesome. Well, I know